So you're gonna get the biscuit. I don't want to.
Yes.
All right, go.
It's so dark.
You know. Oh, we're right in the light.
This is fun. Okay. Scary. Can't like it.
Got water out. I'm gonna get one. I have one more.
Hello.
Hello. Let's say hello so we know who you are.
Dun, dun, dun. One.
And let us know if we are breaking up or if we're coming in clear.
Yeah. Trying something a little different, so hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully it works better.
I can't believe it's Wednesday already.
I know. I feel like we're from Monday.
No.
Hi, Abby. How you doing?
Hi, Abby.
Did you have a good week?
Yeah, today's.
That is hey Caleb. Is that Caleb? How are you guys? Did you have a good week?
Oh.
World.
Well, we're just gonna have to go with it and try again. So it looks like we're still
Having issues. So.
Yeah, and we are trying something different, but apparently it's not working.
Yesterday we
Sorry.
tried a test run and it worked fine.
Worked perfect.
Hi, Jordan.
Abby's been pretty sick. What's going on, girl?
You don't have, do you have the coronavirus or you just have a cold or something?
All right, so that was Jordan, not Caleb. Okay. Hello. That's how I always do my text messages. Hello.
I know. That's how we get our invites on Sunday. So tell me something that happened that was good this week. Oh, man.
All right. I hear that, Abby. Really sorry to hear that. So it looks like we're still having some technical difficulties today, but we did do a test and it worked really well.
Yesterday.
With it. All right, so we got Abby, we got Jordan, we got Ricky.
We have Grace and Jackson.
Grace and Jackson, yep.
All right. So do we want to start our game?
Yeah, we can, or they can fill in with some.
Give me some details about what you're doing.
I get a John Deere tractor.
You got a John Deere tractor?
Is that supposed to be tractor?
That is cool.
You just got a new John Deere.
Well,
it's new to you.
I just got a new John Deere zero turn mowing tractor.
Yeah.
I paid for it all winter and I had it delivered just the other day.
Fun. That'll be fun. You'll have fun mowing.
All right, so we have a game. I was kind of waiting to see if anyone else joined us.
I know Matthew's fixing to join.
Yeah, Matthew was traveling, but they're going to join in when they get back.
Yeah.
So let's just start our game.
Okay.
So we have you want to explain it?
I have a Bible trivia game, and it comes with choices.
Yeah, so you have a choice. So let's do this.
Ricky's doing online schooling. He doesn't like it at all. I don't blame you. We have to do online stuff with our students also, and it's difficult.
Oh, you're talking about at work.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, this online stuff like this, it's cool that we can still meet, but it's I can't wait to go back to face-to-face, and it's a lot better.
Yeah, this is cool, but it's difficult because we don't. Hi, Wendy. We don't get that face-to-face.
Right. Hi, Wendy. Let us know if we break up.
It's already, yeah, it showed us once the our trivia. Is Matthew on here yet? Or just Wendy?
We can start.
Okay.
Do you want to just have guys answer and just girls answer today?
We can do that.
All right. So when Kim asked the question, only girl.
Okay.
When I ask the question, only guys answer.
Okay. All right. So Matthew is.
He's on.
Okay.
All right. Cool.
So happy
Hi,
birthday, Matthew.
Happy birthday. You guys can let Matthew know happy birthday if you haven't
Yeah.
already. All right. So here we go.
Okay. I can do the first question. All right. So this is Bible trivia. If I ask the question, please only girls answer. If Gary asks the question, please only boys answer so that we can figure out who see. Okay. Question number 1. Who said, "He that cometh after me is mightier than I, whose shoes I am not worthy to bear"? James the evangelist, John the Baptist, or Isaiah the prophet? Girls, only girls answer. Who said, "He that cometh after me is mightier than I, whose shoes I am not worthy to bear"? A, you can just put A, B, or C. A, James the evangelist. B, John the Baptist. Or C, Isaiah the prophet. It's gotta go over there.
You don't like the arrow?
That one, it's like.
All right, in your line of sight.
All right.
You're welcome. So what?
I'm wondering if we're having. Yep, and see, look. All right. Wendy, is it looking like we're having difficulties on here tonight, or is everything looking clear? And Abby, are you still there? Grace, Jackson, Jordan, Ricky, are you guys still there? Okay.
Who greeted Mary with the words, "Blessed art thou among women"? A, Susanna, B, Dorcas, or C, Elizabeth?
All right. So A, Susanna, B, Dorcas, or C, Elizabeth?
Who greeted Mary with the words, "Blessed art thou among women"?
All right. Thanks, Ricky. He said it's still cutting out every now and then. Who greeted Mary with the words, "Blessed art thou among women"? This was Gary's, he's C, Elizabeth.
That would be correct.
Good job.
So
Yep.
guys have a point. You're up. Good
All
job,
right.
Ricky.
All right. All right. Next question. Who said, "If you had been here, my brother would not have died"? Who said that? Mary. A is Mary. B is Martha. Or C is Tabitha? Who said, "If you had been here, my brother would not have died"? Mary, Martha, or Tabitha? A, Mary, B, Martha, or C, Elizabeth? Wendy guessed A, Mary.
Any other guesses?
Five, four, three, two, one. That is incorrect. That was Martha. They're talking about Lazarus. All right. All right.
All right, so I'm up.
Yep. Question 4.
Who said, I
I
do not know this man"? Who said, "I do not know this man"? I do not know this man.
She said, Wendy said no C, but no, it was B, Martha. Hilarious. Absolutely. Possibly not.
Anybody?
Who said, "I do not know this man"? A for Peter, B for Timothy, and C for Paul.
Guesses?
You got to give them a minute.
Oops.
That was funny. All right. 5, 4,
Oh, we have an answer.
3, 2,
Peter.
1.
That's right. Guys,
All
get
right.
another point.
All right.
It seems like it's working really slow tonight.
Really, really slow tonight.
All right, so you're
Okay. All right. Question 5. Who was the first person to see and speak to Jesus after his resurrection? A, Peter, B, Mary Magdalene, or C, James? Who was the first person to see and speak to Jesus after his resurrection? Matthew is answering Gary, and I'm answering Kim's. Oh, perfect. I love that. Thank you.
okay.
All right. So, who said, or who was the first person to see and speak to Jesus after the resurrection? A, Peter, B, Mary Magdalene, or C, James? A, B, or C?
We have an answer. You want to wait just a few minutes? Or a minute longer?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. It was delicious. We're doing Bible trivia if you are just joining us. All right.
Okay.
B is correct.
All right. All right.
You want to get those while
Yep.
I do my question?
Be right back.
We're cooking dinner at the same time. So I'm on 6. So to whom did Peter or Paul? Wendy's celebrating her correct answer. So to whom did Jesus say, feed my sheep?
That's funny.
Was it A, Martha, B, Peter, C, Paul? Repeat, please. Whom did Jesus say, feed my sheep? Martha A, Peter. Hi, Nolan. How you doing? We're doing Bible trivia. Whom did Jesus say, feed my sheep? Martha, Peter, or Paul?
All right, Ricky answered.
Ricky answered Peter. Yep. Do we have any other guesses?
Got a lot of cleaning done today.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
I had a meeting and I studied all day.
Okay.
2 answers. Right. Oh, 3 answers, and they're all correct.
Oh, they are.
Good job, guys.
All right.
Good job, guys. So only girls answer when Cam asks the question.
Okay. Ready? Who walked with Jesus on the road to Emmaus? A, Cleopas, B, Saul, or C, Thomas? Is that how you pronounce that? Emmaus? Who walked with Jesus on the road to Emmaus?
I don't know. I'll spell it out. Emmaus.
Yeah. A is Cleopas. Cleopas?
Mm-hmm.
B, yes.
I don't think so. Wendy said B.
Okay.
Any other girls have a guess?
Who walked with Jesus on the road to Emmaus?
A, Cleopas, B, Saul.
Now Wendy changed her answer. She doesn't know.
She don't know?
No.
That's a good question then. Are we moving on?
So if I have 3 girls out there, one could guess A, one could guess B, and one could guess C.
Now you're cheating.
3, 2, 1.
It's A.
It's A.
All right, here's my question. Guys, are we ready? B was Gary's last one.
Oh, okay. Oh, sorry.
What does
Got
that
you.
mean?
That was from your last one.
Oh, okay.
So she guessed A. That's right.
Does that count?
Well, yeah, because she probably didn't hear
Okay.
all of our stuff.
We'll take it.
We will.
All right, guys. Who witnessed Jesus' ascension or no one?
Good
Who
question.
witnessed Jesus' ascension to heaven? His
That's
disciples,
A.
Mary Magdalene,
B.
B, or no one, C? Yes isn't an option.
Yes,
I know
I
it's
like
coming
that.
in late.
I know. I love that.
What's that?
That we get it late and then we
That's fine.
can interpret it however we want, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Ricky said B, Mary Magdalene.
No. What?
Nolan said no one.
Wait. Mary Magdalene.
I'm on question 8.
His disciples. Not Mary Mag. Oh, I got you. All right.
Who
Sorry.
witnessed Jesus'
Yeah.
ascension to heaven?
Okay.
So one of you guys are right.
We have 2 that answered C and 1 that answered, or 2 that answered A.
We have. Oh, okay.
Yeah. 2 A's and 2 C's.
Okay.
So
we have two that are right. So
correct.
that's right.
All right. So
It's his disciples.
it's his disciples, right? All right.
All right.
So we only have
Sorry.
you.
Old age. Sorry.
I think that was me.
Oh,
All right.
okay.
So we have 2 more questions. All right, girls. We're in a little trouble here.
Right.
Okay.
If you don't get this one right, then we're just going to stop right here.
Right,
We don't
I
have
know.
to do the last one.
Okay. Who saw Jesus in a vision before he was stoned? Paul, John, or Stephen? Who saw Jesus in a vision before he was stoned? Paul, John, or Stephen? A. Paul, B. John, C. Stephen.
We have one answer.
It's a boy answer. Is that okay?
We'll take it.
We have a girl
2.
answer.
Wendy might be the only girl. We're playing Bible trivia if you just joined us.
And yes, C is correct.
C is
Good job.
correct.
Good job,
So
good job.
guys, if we get this question right, we actually get a point this time.
So if you get it wrong,
if we get it wrong, then it's
game.
tied, and then we're going to have an icebreaker, or we'll have a tiebreaker question.
Right. Okay, go.
Where was Paul headed when he heard Jesus' voice? Damascus, A, B, Corinth, Jerusalem, C. Where was Paul headed when he heard Jesus' voice? A, Damascus, B, Corinth, C, Jerusalem. I'm on pin the needles here. I hear Jeopardy music in my head. We got A.
Okay, so that's one answer.
One answer.
A or B. I like that. Except if the answer was C.
Yeah. Matthew said Damascus.
Okay. Right.
All right, it's official. Guys win.
Boys win.
Good job, Ricky. Ricky said Damascus also. Good job, Nolan and Matthew.
All right.
Good job. We finally got a point. We're on the board, guys. We're only behind by 1.
I know, that's true.
So I felt something, or if you have a question that you want me to answer, you can text me, or actually you could even put it on here if you want. And I'm going to do that on Wednesday nights. So the question tonight was, it was about a verse in Isaiah. Let's read the verse.
It's Isaiah.
Isaiah 26:20. If you want to go there, it's Isaiah 26:20. I'll give you just a minute. But the question is, how does this verse relate to the coronavirus? And when we read it, you'll understand more.
Okay. So Isaiah 26:20 says, Come, my people, enter your chambers and shut your doors behind you. Hide yourselves for a little while until the fury has passed by.
Okay. So if we read just that verse in Isaiah 26, I mean, it sounds very similar to the coronavirus that we're dealing with. I mean, it's talking about being shut in your house until all this is over. And it definitely sounds like that.
Yeah.
All right. But what happens when you take one verse out of a whole chapter? I mean, if you take it out of context, why is that not a good thing? This is my first question to you guys. What can happen if Jack, and then he writes this one paragraph or this one thing, and you only read that? What's the danger in that?
Or what happens? What? I'm still trying a little bit.
What happens when you take a verse out of context? I wonder how long we should wait.
I don't know. I think, for
Oh, there
them
we
to type,
go.
it takes a minute. So
People take it out of context. They do. Sometimes people take things out of context. But what's the danger in just like reading that? Ricky wrote,
there could be other things in the scripture that you don't see, and it could be a different meaning than what you thought.
Very good.
And then Matthew also said that you can mislead someone.
That's right.
Yep.
So if you take a verse and only read that verse, you could mislead somebody. Misinterpretation.
That's right.
Very good. And that's what happens a lot of times in the Bible. Somebody will pick one verse out of something, and it sounds like one thing, but if you read the whole chapter and what the author's trying to say, it might mean something totally different. And in this case, that's kind of what's going on. It's similar, but it's not talking about the coronavirus. All right. So if we read the whole chapter 20, all right, and then when you read it, think about what I'm telling you that it is, because it's kind of hard to understand. So if you read the whole chapter, find out that song that Isaiah wrote about God's sovereign care over his people. All right. So my next question to you guys is, what does sovereign mean?
Good question. What does sovereign mean? No, it's a good question. I can't believe Sunday is Easter.
Speaking of Easter, I'm still going to do a Bible study on Sunday night, since most people are going to be cooped up at home. I'm going to do a Bible study on Easter Sunday night. But if you're busy, I understand that you won't be able to attend, but I'm still going to do something at 6 o'clock on Sunday night, or Kim and I are. What does sovereign mean?
Someone or something held high in authority.
We lost you, held high in authority. That would be sovereignty, would be kind of that, right? But does anyone else have a guess what sovereign means here?
I don't think.
All right, I hope we're coming in clear. All right, well, sovereign in this case, in this wording, it means God's in control. God, so this song is about God being in charge or in control of his people, the people that call him God. In our case, it would be Christians, but back then, You know, it was just his people, that the people that followed God or trusted God or had faith in God. All right. So this song, uh, it's about no matter what you're going through in life, past, present, or that he's going to have the victory, the final victory over whatever it is that's going on. He's in control, and people, or go ahead, you read it.
Come, my people, enter your chambers and shut your doors behind you. Hide yourselves for a little while until the fury has passed by.
All right. So this verse in that context is talking about God protecting his people through whatever they're dealing with. All right. Isaiah is his people are getting ready to go through something. Isaiah is actually writing the song beforehand, so they can look to this to have hope in God. All right. So he's going to protect his people in life or death. All right. So that's basically what this verse is saying. They're just praising God. He's praising God that he's going to take care of his people, and he's going to in life or death. And it kind of reminds me of Noah in Genesis. And if you want to look this verse up later, it's Genesis 7:16. But God shut Moses into the ark. No, I'm sorry. Noah and his family into the ark to protect them from the wrath that was coming. All right. And I'm not saying that what we're going through now is like a punishment from God or not. I mean, but God put Noah in the ark to protect him back then from what was going on. And that's kind of what it kind of reminded me of that when I read that particular verse. All right. So I hope you guys understand what that means. But as a follower of Jesus, like talking about now, you know, we were talking about Isaiah, but how does this verse apply to our lives now? So as a follower of Jesus, this is the next question I want you guys to answer. There's bad things going on in the world like this virus. Will we be spared from earthly suffering and illness? This was a really good question.
Yeah.
You
enjoyed.
I enjoyed looking all this stuff up. So.
All right. So, as a follower of Jesus, will we be spared from earthly illness or suffering? Yes or no? Hope so. I've only seen the connection dealio. Yeah. But maybe we're not either. Maybe not coming in.
I'm not sure anybody's going to answer.
Go ahead.
All right. So listen, as a follower of Jesus, I mean, he said he's going to protect us, but as a follower of Jesus, since we live in a broken world, there's an answer. Should have waited just a little
That's
longer.
okay. You didn't.
Good job, Matthew. That's right. We will not be spared from suffering. Matter of fact, if you read that verse I gave you, this is John 16:33, and this is Jesus talking.
I have said these things to you that in me you may have peace. In the world you will have tribulation, but take heart, I have overcome the world.
All right, so Jesus is saying, and that's right, yeah. Ricky, good job. Jesus is saying here, in this world, since it's a broken world, you're going to have suffering. And if you're following me, you're going to suffer, and possibly sometimes worse than somebody that don't follow him.
Right.
But you're not going to be spared from illness or suffering. You're going to suffer that too. But Jesus says, take heart, I've overcome the world. He wants us to have faith in him in all of this. All right. So remember, we live in a broken world, a fallen world, and things like this are going to happen.
Okay, so I have a question.
All right.
How should,
Even if we die, if we're Christians, we're good, right?
right?
So how should we respond? I'm going to ask you guys that, or should I just go and talk about it?
With this the way it's going,
I'll just talk about it. I wrote down 4 things how we should respond according to what we've read so far in Isaiah, that, he's pretty much giving God the praise. God's in charge, and God's still in charge now. All right. The first thing I wrote, as a Christian, when we're going through a pandemic like this, we shouldn't panic. To remember that God is sovereign or in control.
right?
All right. So in Philippians, and we talked about this verse last week. If you weren't here, this is what we talked about last week. In Philippians 4, 6, and 7, it says, do not be, one version says, do not worry about anything, but instead pray about everything. And then give thanks for what God's already done. And if you do those 2 things, God is going to guard your, or give you peace and guard your heart and your mind. All right. So if you find yourself worrying or panicking, God says this: pray and worship or be thankful for me. That's your guard. When you do that, he's going to guard your minds and your heart. One of my favorite pastors, I watched him preach, and he preached on this very thing after we talked about it.
Yeah.
And he said this is your guard: prayer and being thankful. And because of that, God's going to guard your heart and your mind. He said, don't let down your guard. Keep those 2 things going, and then you're going to get peace from it too. All right. That's one of my favorite verses in the Bible, or favorite 2. All right. So the thing, don't panic. God's in control. Trust him. Pray and be thankful and have faith. All right. The second thing is actually also, when the temple was first built by Solomon, God told Solomon this, that if there, 2 Chronicles 7, 13, and 14.
Right.
Well, I'll have Kim read it to you, and then we'll talk about it a little bit.
Okay. So it says, when I shut up the heavens so that there is no rain or command the locust to devour the land or send pestilence among my people, if my people who are called by my name humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then I will hear from heaven and will forgive their sin and heal their land. She
Okay.
did post that.
Yeah, she did. So what God's saying here, he's saying, as his people, as Christians, I know this was written in the Old Testament, but it still applies today. When stuff's going on, we need to humble ourselves, quit trying to take care of ourselves, get down on our knees, pray, seek God in all of this, and turn from our sins. And then it says, he will heal our land. All right. So the second thing that we can do as Christians is we need to humble ourselves and pray to God and be praying about everything. I mean, I know we'll talk about this in a minute about our prayer list, but
Okay.
All right. The third thing is be wise, protect yourselves and your family by following the guidelines. You can look at
That are set up by.
Yeah, our state or our government has set up guidelines for us to follow. And this is actually biblical, that we
Let every person be subject to the governing authorities, for there is no authority except from God, and those that exist have been instituted by God. Therefore, whoever resists the authorities resists what God has appointed, and those who resist will incur judgment.
and we're supposed to follow what they've given us.
Yeah.
He's putting it says, therefore, whoever resists the authorities resists what God has appointed. So unless they're going outside of what God's telling us to do, we need to be following what they say.
Right.
So that's the third thing. Protect yourself, follow the guidelines. And the fourth thing is look for opportunities to minister to people. All right. When people are fearful in their lives, for their lives, they're a lot more likely to talk to you about eternal stuff, like the whole messages every night and reaching out. So,
Right.
but people are more likely to talk to you. So how, being cooped up in your house, calling my group from the church, there's other people doing their group. So I'm communicating with you guys mainly, which there's quite a few people in the group. We're also contacting people in our families and all over, and we're calling them, asking them how they're doing, if there's anything they in back of a regular a notebook. God's already answered some of the prayers.
Yeah.
So we pray about it. I can't say every day, but we pray about it quite a bit.
Right.
So there's one more verse in Ephesians. All right, it says, rather speaking, so when you call somebody, you need to be bold and speak the truth about Jesus. And that's what it says. Rather be speaking the truth in love. All right. That's the main part of that verse I want you to hear. You need to be speaking the truth in love. So as a Christian, we need to be loving other people and pointing them to Jesus. And we do that by telling them the truth in love. All right.
We've been calling and reaching out to other people, not just church.
Yeah.
Not just our church family.
You know, we've even called our neighbors and stuff like that. So, or Kim did that actually. But yeah. And honestly, if you don't like to talk, you can even text. You know, the texting is nice for that kind of stuff. But so is that verse talking about the coronavirus? It sounds like it, but no, it's not. Control. And there's things that we need to do to follow him through that. And I hope that answered your question. If it didn't, please call me.
Yeah, because you're looking.
I'm not sure who that is.
Hi, Trevor.
Hi, Trevor.
Okay, so Wednesdays, this is what we're doing in case somebody didn't hear.
Right.
Questions.
Wednesdays, if you have questions about the Bible, or if there's something specifically you want me to teach on, please get a hold of me. It's really challenging for me when you guys do this, and it's kind of interesting. I actually learn stuff myself. So answer your questions or about any of this going on or anything. All right. So Sunday we will be on at 6 o'clock. I know it's Easter, but we're still going to come on and do something. All right. And I'll send out texts and stuff, but I hope you guys have a good week.
Challenge them with some more questions.
Yeah, challenge me, please. And we love you guys, and we will see you talk to you on Sunday, if not before.
Yep. And happy birthday again, Matthew.
Yeah. You guys wish Matthew a happy birthday.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Talk to you soon. Bye.